Why did I get this cover again? That's not where a tail comes out of. Has Frank Miller ever seen a cat? Something tells me no matter what I do, the lighting in this room will never be right. So Marvel's been busy this past week doing other things besides taking Star Wars away from Dark Horse. Let's take a look at what they've been doing. First up, last week they announced they'll be revamping their Ultimate line of comics with the Ultimate Marvel Now. The line will feature 3 new titles, including Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man by Brian Michael Bendis and David Marquez, Ultimate FF by Joshua Hale Vialkov and Mario Gravera, and all new Ultimates by Michael Fife, F-I-F-F-E, and Amilcar Pina. I think that's right. So yeah, Marvel is revamping their Ultimate line, much like how they are their main titles. Okay, so Marvel is revamping their Ultimate line, much like how they are with their main Marvel line. Fair enough. But is it just me, or is it that every time they revamp the Ultimate line, it gets farther and farther away from what the point of the Ultimate line is? The initial concept behind the Ultimates line was to present classic Marvel characters in a 21st century light, free from decades of convoluted continuity. But it's been 14 years since the line launched, and a lot of the original characters aren't even around anymore. The Ultimates used to be a modern-day equivalent of the Avengers. It had Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, all those characters. Now the team consists of the Miles Morales Spider-Man, Kitty Pryde, Cloak and Dagger, a new Black Widow, and a new character named Bombshell. Who's Bombshell? Hell, FF doesn't even stand for Fantastic Four. It's Future Foundation. And the only member of the Fantastic Four in that series is Sue Storm. I'm not saying these comics are going to be bad. I'm just saying that maybe it's time that Marvel starts to think about retiring the Ultimate line. The purpose of the Ultimate line is to get new readers. And new readers generally like to read stuff about characters they know. But that becomes moot when all the characters they know aren't in those books. They'd much rather read about Peter Parker than Miles Morales. And speaking of Peter Parker, segue, over the weekend it was announced that the one true Spider-Man will be returning to Marvel later in April. Yes, after a year of Doc Ock and the Superior Spider-Man, Dan Slott is bringing Peter Parker's consciousness back to Peter Parker's body with an all-new Amazing Spider-Man #1, part of the all-new Marvel Now line. This is a story you can file under the About Time category and the No He's Returning category. Like I said a few weeks back, there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out this year with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So Marvel's going to want everything to sync up so that nobody gets confused. Unless they pick up an Ultimate comic in which they see Miles Morales as Spider-Man, and then that just proves my theory that the Ultimate line doesn't serve its purpose anymore. Anyway, as nice as it is to have Peter Parker back, this shouldn't be news. I think the only reason that it is news is because that for the past year, everybody at Marvel's been acting like this is permanent. Doc Ock is going to be Spider-Man till the end of time. Marvel, I know you had to keep your charade up, but we're not idiots. We all know change is rarely if ever permanent. And something like this definitely wouldn't have been permanent. It's like when Scott Lang took over the role of Ant-Man. Hank Pym came back years later as Ant-Man anyway, so what was the point? And speaking of Ant-Man, segue, yes! Damn it, I am good tonight. Today, it was announced that Michael Douglas will be playing Hank Pym in Edgar Wright's upcoming Ant-Man film. I'm going to say that again. Michael Douglas is Hank Pym. Michael Douglas. Gordon Gekko. That dude from Falling Down. Mr. Michael, I got mouth cancer for performing Cunnilingus Douglas. Is Ant-Man. Now this news also confirms that the previously cast Paul Rudd will be playing the Scott Lang Ant-Man. So what we can take away from all this is Michael Douglas is Ant-Man! I mean, you talk about left field casting. I mean, at least with Ben Affleck and to some extent Gal Gadot, I can see them in a superhero type role. This is Michael Douglas! This just blows my mind on so many levels. I honestly don't know what to think of this. Is this what it was like when they said Michael Keaton was going to be Batman in 1989? Because that's honestly the closest parallel I can draw to this situation. This is either just bizarre enough to work or just bizarre enough to fail completely. I'm sure if anyone can do this, it's Edgar Wright, but between this and Robert Redford being in Captain America, it looks like Marvel is going above and beyond with their casting. They're bringing in people that would want to make your mom want to go see these movies. Plus, why would Michael Douglas want to be an Ant-Man? Michael Douglas is up here, and Ant-Man is like down here. It's not the same level at all. As always, to be fair, the movie's not out yet, so we must reserve judgment until the final product is on screen. But the question remains, does this mean we'll see Michael Douglas as Hank Pym in the Ant-Man costume? Better question, should Michael Douglas as Hank Pym be in the Ant-Man costume? Dude's gonna be in his 70s when this movie comes out. It's gonna look like those aging superhero paintings that were on the internet. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Like if you like, subscribe if you really like, leave comments, share with your friends. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. I was in 6th grade then, I'm 26 years old now, and I still wear the same Jedi robe. I just realized how sad that sounds.
Give a burger.
Oh no!
Help!
No, now you run, because now it looks like you did it.